this section is going to look a little bit more at some of the practicalities of going pesticide free. We've got 3 presentations following this very brief introduction from Biquitech, Japanese Knotweed Solutions, and Weeding Tech, all of whom supply non-chemical solutions to weed control. But I just want to run a quick spin through the pathway to pesticide free. So, it is, in essence, a very simple concept. We stop using pesticides. That's it. However, as we've seen, and I think we've heard already today, it's difficult to adopt. There are common obstacles and common problems, and they're both political and practical. And what we need to think about is how we can overcome those obstacles and problems. So there are reasons for going pesticide-free: compliance with support for legislation, whether that's the National Action Plan or local pesticide policy or whatever it happens to be. Public concern is obviously a big driver to help you meet sustainability or green goals, such as it's the case with Hammersmith wanting to green their borough for the benefit of its citizens. And long-term financial savings, which I know cost has been an issue, but we have seen from Europe that actually, over the long term, and I don't think long-term vision, the importance of it can be understated. Over the long term, they have seen those labour and cost savings. But when I say the long term, we're talking 10 years and not just a trial for a year or even 2 years. So that has to be built into any of the political decisions or any of the financial decisions that a council might take to go pesticide free. We have to be in it for the long term. So we've already talked about the benefits a bit. And I am going to spin through this because I really want you to get to hear the interesting people. So these are all elements of a pesticide-free town strategy. Public awareness, effective alternatives, political support, contract specification, an overall pesticide policy, which many people don't have, or many councils don't have, and a measured approach to going pesticide-free is vital as well. Just saying we're going to go pesticide-free tomorrow and not having all the systems in place, whether it's public outreach or viable alternative, you're going to be setting yourself up to fail. So there are alternatives. You'll hear about all of these and more shortly. This is my favourite one. This is from Ghent. That's a scythe and a hoe. I'm very, very high tech in Ghent, but it seems to work. So all of this, actually, I'm going to cut this really short, okay? Because all of this information is given in much greater detail in the toolkit, sorry, what do we call it? A guide for local authorities that you will find in the bag that you will take when you leave today. So it's a 32-page document that covers all the issues and all the things that we talked about today. But I don't want to think that it isn't possible. As we've seen, there are many places in Europe that have gone pesticide free. It is an achievable objective, but everybody's got to play their part. Council officers who are at the sharp end of it need to be supported by their councils and by the public. And I think, as we've already seen, the contractors and the people who supply alternatives have a role to play in going pesticide free. So if we're going to achieve it, we all have to work together, and that's very much what today is about. It's us all coming together to overcome the obstacles and make a brighter, better future for the citizens of London.